You really just feeling yourself. It's like you moving godly, like you operating on the highest tier you can operate on. You really him. Whatever energy you need, you operating at a maximum level and you exuding that everywhere you go.
Not only that, but also how others interact and perceive how I'm moving. Oftentimes, people might get intimidated if you come in with a lot of confidence and shit.
We moving godly, check out the Moxie. It break my heart when a chick that I follow up on the gram post a pic of a sonogram. And she going hard off the fact that she got a man. But that nigga is not the man. Then he post a pic of his wife, so she really don't got a man. They don't understand. Till later your baby is crying about missing that daddy and daughter dance. I wanted to start this verse off being super relatable. And this is what happened to me, so I could only assume it's happened to y'all. You might be following like a fine joint on Instagram, whether you know him in real life or not. You're not even trying to talk to them. Or you might be trying to shoot your shot, and then you go on the internet one day and you see like, oh, she pregnant. You just kind of be crushed a little bit on the inside. People hold these like superficial standards of things. She's going mad hard off the fact that she got a man. That's how she's validating herself with the fact that she got a man. He's not the man. Like, oh, how I'm looking at him, he's not the man. She's just so happy to find somebody that likes her because that's gonna validate her. At the same time, homie, she's oogling over. He got a whole other situation taking place. So you're heralding this person that's cheating on their girl, and when you try to tell people these things, they don't get it. They just get super defensive. They're not gonna get it until like their kid is older. These moments that they wanna have, they can't have because he got a whole other family. You about to be a difficulty that they had to work through when they do their anniversary posts and shit like that. Some niggas could thrive in the borderlands. Some niggas like hustle but caught a band. Some people don't know about the value of time and just tap at the glass while it's pouring sand. Some people could survive in like these crazy, deadly situations. That's their thing. You got other people they the people with money, but they don't even got hustle. A lot of people's pretending like they hustlers and they really getting money. That's not the case. You might have just stumbled into some money, and the way people are looking at you is different than who you actually are. A lot of us, we don't truly appreciate time until it passes. One hand was washing the other hand. All watches come with a face on it. It didn't exist till we made us a way for it. Niggas don't know if the dick ride or hate on it. Playing into the hourglass thing with the time. The clock has two hands on it, but how he was moving was like each person is helping each other. And all watches come with a face. The face would be how we present. People don't like to say they got put on. How we're doing things, you probably didn't even know that was possible until we did it. Y'all didn't even know this existed. Y'all didn't even know you could move in this capacity till he showed you you could. And because of that, and you know, your own, insecurities or whatever that niggas have, you don't know if to be like, oh my God, like, yo, y'all really did that shit, that's amazing. Or if you should just really be on some, nah, fuck these niggas, that shit whack anyway. Niggas don't know when they catch on, they late on it. She said she loved me, I told her to pray on it. Want me exclusive, I told her to date on it. Ass is so fat, had to measure the weight on it. I'm getting pussy straight off the genetics. They say they real, but the feel is synthetic. Way that we scale it, you know it's comedic. Baby, my aura, my only aesthetic. Yeah. We already been on this, so it's not a new thing, but y'all move around like it's a new thing. You think this might be something you want, but you really just hypnotized by like the aura that I have. So go talk to your higher power, see if this is what you want. You trying to be exclusive, test the waters. Like, don't just assume that this is the thing you want. I don't know about everybody else. I feel like, women like you when you got melanin, you feel me? So you got a lot of people running around saying that they real. When you test the realness, it's fabricated. They're gonna be as close to real as possible without actually having to be real. How we grow, you could tell it's comedic based on comedic science and the use of the scale when like measuring life. I'm not running around with big chains. I'm not running around flashing money. The energy that comes from me is solely from me. It's not because of other possessions that I have to make you think that I operate in a certain capacity. Like, that's the Moxie right there. Check out the Moxie.
I'm so removed from a negative situation. Like, you know how upset that a female can get when you left it on red? You said what you said. Love language, confrontation, and violence. You practice meditation inside chicks. Mind your own biz. You kept company private, no buy-ins. Access denied it. She tried to make it a point. Stand beside it. The whole theme of the track is moving a certain way. I've removed myself from negative situations. I'm not about to argue, go back and forth with you. I'm not in it, you feel me? But you know how upset a female can get when you see that message, she hits you up and try to entice you or try to pull you into an argument, you feel me? I've been in a lot of relationships relationships. I've been pulled into a lot of arguments. You practicing confrontation. That's your love language. I'm practicing meditation inside chicks now because she's becoming, you know what I mean, a nuisance. You know how many people don't know how to communicate or express themselves in that small situation of a relationship? So imagine you go out and do business. No buy-ins, you feel me? That's like me protecting my peace. You stand outside of that. Buck on the sunny side. Grass was flown in from the Garden of Eden. Can't step on my yard with your sneakers. Gods don't explain to a heathen the reason why we won't be featured. Keep praying for hits. Purist the way I ignore this shit. Buck on your track and my verse might explode and shit. Gospels require an audience. Pay attention when I'm speaking in holy script, holy shit. This segment right here reflects how I feel about myself. When I'm looking at myself, I already put myself in this God tier when it comes into rap. There's an entitlement that sometimes I feel like people have when they have access to you. Like, bro, Beerus, he's a god of destruction in Dragon Ball Super. Being a god of destruction, it's in itself is kind of like, that's a cool concept. It's kind of like, you think of gods, you think of creation, you think of life, but I'm a god of destruction. That's me bringing my energy. Oh, that's me how I describe the intensity, how I like to structure my verses. Without no audience, there is no gospel. When I rap, it's like, I'm really speaking this holy shit. I feel like this is coming from a place above me. I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking my holiness. Allow me to learn you a valuable lesson about mentioning peons and peasants inside my domain. If the thought of my presence, the ideas of your art is upsetting my essence, no bullshit. Every moment's a teachable moment, right? At any point, you talking to me, you even thinking about me, do not put me in the same category. Do not try to bring up Venture Clan and the things that we're doing, how we're moving with other people who people might not feel that they should be mentioned with us. We don't want to hear that. Don't bring that around here. We do not care. Treat every track like my personal pulpit. Personal heavens can be found in music. Personally, I exist solely to prove it. Personally, all of my movements are playing back on the gospel needs an audience line. Every track, the music is the gospel. The people, the supporters, our fans are the people who are listening. Oh yeah, that's them. I get on my pulpit every time I'm in this booth. I personally believe music can be your personal heaven, your personal escape. There's a connection you can get from a song that sometimes it's hard to explain. When there's a moment of sadness, there's a moment of pain, there's a moment of struggle, strife, there is literally a song for each and every one of these moments. That reassurance that everything's gonna be all right. My whole existence and me being here and me doing music and me sharing this, my experiences, my stories with you guys is that. I'm gonna prove to you that yes, music can be your own personal heaven and all of my movements are godly.